Oh no, please.
All right, there, buddy.
Don't let us stop you.
Oh, is this
Hi.
is this in the mouth of music?
Hey, how you doing?
Hi.
Is this in the mouth of music?
Yeah.
This is
Oh.
welcome.
Is this? I think this episode's the DC show, the Dean Corp show.
Oh,
It probably is.
No.
Nah.
No, it's a Diego Pendejo show today.
Really?
I really like
What
this
do you
band.
What do you got, man?
I really like that. Well, you got to introduce yourselves though.
Hey, everyone knows who I am.
Scott White.
That's right.
That's right. The guy right there.
Kind of famous.
Keep your hands on the counter this time.
Stop it. I got you, motherfucker.
You take me cross country skiing,
You wish.
or maybe downhill.
Excuse me.
Downhill. Dean, you picked the band today.
I pick the heaviest metal band in the world.
Oh my God, yes, they're so heavy.
They have an album called Death to False Metal.
They have wings.
They do have wings.
They have wings.
We're picking Weezer.
Weezer.
Yeah, you guys might be sitting, what the fuck? Fuck you guys.
Weezer.
No, but
Weezer?
seriously,
Weezer.
they're actually an awesome band. They're like one of those bands that are like kind of like a guilty pleasure band, but they're pretty rad.
A little bit.
They're pretty much a rad band. They've released pretty consistently badass album after badass album.
They're pretty cool.
They're fun. They're just a fun, easy to get into band.
That's
You know,
that's a
and-
good way to put it. They're
Yeah,
fun.
They're
Yeah.
just a fun band.
Yeah.
I don't think they really make bad records. They make just records that are just easy to listen to. Anybody can listen to them.
No, they're all good.
Yeah.
You know what? They're. You say they're a fun band. They're like the good Beck songs.
Yeah.
Good Beck songs. Yeah.
Sure.
Poor
Yeah.
Beck. He is slightly filler man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
A little
Yeah.
bit.
But his
A
good
little bit.
songs are fun.
Oh my God, his
Yeah.
good songs are amazing.
Yeah.
But Weezer is much better than Becca Rooney there.
Yeah.
Sorry. No, please don't be mad, Mr. Beck. You ain't gonna see this
Fuck
shit
him. He ain't
anyways.
gonna listen.
Fuck you, Beck.
He doesn't give a
Take it
shit.
back. Beck can suck. Beck can suck it. How'd you get into Weezer, Dean?
Oh man, I got into Weezer way back in the day when their first album came out, the Blue album.
Wow, that far
Yeah. I bought it because I was like, dude, these songs are freaking amazing, and I was completely into alternative metal at the time, and I was listening to or whatever was alternative at the time, or what they consider alternative, which is basically rock music,
like buzz music.
buzz music.
Yeah.
But I saw their song, and I was like, well, I kind of like that old kind of 50s tone to it, almost like
Garagey tone.
the garagey tone. And then I heard
Sure.
that Rick Ocasek produced the record.
Oh,
Yes, he
really?
From
did.
if people don't know who Rick
Wow, okay.
Ocasek is the frontman and main songwriter of the Cars.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, he
He's
recently
dead?
died.
Oh my God, man,
Yeah, he
that guy
just
was
recently
amazing.
died.
I really like.
Yeah.
I love the Cars.
Because the
by
Cars
the
are
way.
great,
Yeah.
are a great band, and you can almost hear the influence of the Cars
In that first
Weezer.
album.
Oh,
Yeah,
definitely in that
totally.
first album. And
Yeah.
he went on to produce
The third album, I think. Yeah, he produced
Yeah, I think it
another
was the
album.
third album. Then he must have produced another recent
The-
album too. I can't remember.
What was it? Was the third one?
There was another one that he did not. Well, the third album was, I think that was the fourth album, was the green one, because there was the first one, the Pinkerton,
Pinkerton.
then there was Maladroit, then there was the green
green
album, and then well, we're
There's
gonna
a whole
consult the
slew.
Oracle.
I'm gonna look it up.
There's
right
a
now.
whole slew of albums.
There is a lot of albums, but they're one of those albums, those bands you can listen to.
So
each
just
album.
like you, I heard them on the radio, and I said,
Mhm.
"Wow, these guys!
This is cool."
Yeah, I really liked them, and I love their videos. They had great videos, and
They got a lot of records.
They
They
have
have
a
a
lot
lot.
of
Mhm.
records.
Holy fuck balls!
That Green album's one of my favorites, also.
yeah, Green Album's great. That's got the hatch pipe on her.
Yeah, it's with the newer bass player, I think, right? Yeah.
Well, yeah, they got the one
Matt
dude,
left.
They have a
Matt
lot of
left, and he
records.
formed the Rentals, which actually Rentals.
Well, the
isn't-
Rentals were already around.
Were they around
yeah, but they
before
were
him?
already around.
I thought he formed it after.
he went back to the Rentals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But the
14 records.
Yeah, Rentals
fuck.
were very good too. Actually, I like that because that was kind of like a Pixies. Yeah, you had like a female.
Yeah.
I think she was guitarist or bass. I think she was a guitarist because he was the bass player.
He played bass.
And she would do kind of like the Kim Deal thing and like do female vocals over certain parts or do the haunting vocals, and Rentals were pretty good, but it wasn't as good as Weezer
Yeah,
was.
no, Weezer got me with the video with Buddy Holly.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
And
with
then I bought
with
the-
Happy Days.
Yeah, and then I bought the record, or
Beverly
I bought the CD
Hills.
actually, and the whole thing is good. There is not one filler song on that album.
Mm-hmm.
It is a near perfect album.
It is the first
Near
album
perfect.
is a perfect album.
Wow.
I want to say near perfect because
I wouldn't
perfection
say
is,
that. The
it's
first
pretty
album, there's
close.
not a single bad song. Even the songs they omitted from the album, like Suzanne and shit like that.
I
were
love that.
Fucking amazing songs.
I thought that song was better than other songs that are on the album.
Yeah,
that song is so good.
I just don't see. Even looking at all the songs right now, I'm telling you, like, there's not a single bad song on the album.
What's the first? My Name is Jonas. Perfect beginning. Yeah, perfect beginning.
And most people don't know this, but like Rivers Cuomo is a big heavy metal fan too.
Big time.
He talks about it in some songs too.
Yeah.
He even mentions Slayer and shit like that.
Yeah,
and some other in like the Red album. He mentions it in a couple songs. But they also did a show, and I think I was telling you this before, where Morbid Angel was playing down the street, and they were like, "Holy shit, Morbid Angel's playing down the street!" And they played like one or two Morbid Angel tunes live.
Wow.
Like it's like what the? It's like
Holy
Weezer
shit.
playing Morbid Angel's kind of
no,
weird.
and I mean you can tell they're metalheads. I mean they got the the Van Halen wings. And
well, they
all
covered
that,
they covered one of the Black Sabbath songs on the one of their covers albums. Yeah, they're like, he's a big fan of music. He loves all kinds of stuff. I mean, but they play more of a poppy.
Yeah, I mean,
kind of
how
music.
does the Blue album end? Where is it?
It ends on Only in Dreams, which is a fucking fantastic. It's a fantastic song.
Yeah, killer song.
Yeah, I mean.
And Holiday, the song right before, he's
Yeah.
super strong.
Yeah, In the Garage was fucking great.
In the Garage.
Yeah. And honestly, I don't think they. Some people don't like some of their. They continue to make one great.
So they
album
took a
after
giant hiatus after Pinkerton. Huge.
They
like
did.
5 or 6 years or something like
They
that.
broke up for. I don't know if they broke up, but
No, they
but
broke
they
up.
broke up
It's
after
5 years.
Pinkerton.
So they broke up after Pinkerton, and
Mhm.
he wanted to graduate college. So he
Mhm.
went to Harvard, and he has a degree in, I don't know, being Rivers Cuomo. And so I know a lot of Weezer stuff. So he wanted to play soccer. So he has like a little issue with his legs. One leg is shorter.
One leg shorter than the
and
other.
so he couldn't run.
Yeah.
You know, he could run when he was younger, but as he was older, I guess it hurt or something. So while he was in college, he had them break his femur and fucking stretch that bitch. Like
Holy shit.
a quarter. I don't know. What was the measurement? You know, Dean? A quarter inch?
I don't know, but I knew
16th
he
of
had
an
a
inch?
problem with his leg though.
So he
Wow.
fixes his fucking leg.
He had the same surgery that I had for my dick.
So that
They,
he could,
yeah, they
They
extended.
broke my
No.
my dick's
They
femur.
doubled-
and
they pulled
stretched
it out
Wait
of
a
his
minute.
body.
So I think they stretched
Yeah.
they stretched his femur a quarter inch, and you doubled your dick, so it's at half an inch. So
Yeah.
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 So anyway,
I'm at a full 3 inches hard.
so Rivers Cuomo says, you know what? The fucking band's gone. I can live off of fucking Buddy Holly the rest of my life. He can. He can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fucking. He goes
So he
to the
goes to
fucking
school.
doctor. They fucking snap his leg. He gets his fucking master's degree, and like I said,
And he
I
thinks
don't
he's
fucking
going to be
know.
an athlete?
He thinks he's gonna be an athlete. Listen to this. So he goes and he
fuck?
plays this fucking Hollywood versus MLS, which is the soccer league thing here. So or whatever, like celebrities versus MLS, and the motherfucker plays, and guess what he does?
Breaks his leg.
He scores a fucking goal,
He does?
dude. He said that was the happiest moment of his life.
Why'd you set it up like it was going to be a sad story?
No, it wasn't sad. It's fucking super cool, man.
Wow.
The guy is awesome, man. I love
But
Weezer.
not only is he awesome, but he's actually a fucking song factory.
Yeah.
He understands how to write.
He's a-
Oh, he writes great songs.
He is a hit machine.
But
Yeah.
he knows there's a formula.
Oh,
And
I know.
I mentioned Desmond Child before, but he is. But like Desmond Child's like the fucking super genius behind most '80s like music out there, like Bon Jovi, Alice Cooper, and shit like
Kiss.
that. Kiss, and but he understands the formula, and once you understand the formula, you can just write endless amounts of songs about awesome shit, and it'll all be super hooky in your head.
So where do you think he got the formula from? I mean, I personally,
You just figure once you figure it out, you figure out Ghost figured it out too. You know, he has it down. He says that you'll hear every song the same
Right.
way. He goes, "I'll just
like
do the same thing."
I think as much as he likes, and as much as he says he likes metal music and all that, he has to be a giant Ramones fan because
Yeah.
his music is the pinnacle or the high point of Ramones core or Ramones style rock and roll because it's basic, simple. The singing is not, he's
Not
not
a great singer, but he's good for Weezer.
he's perfect for Weezer, and I think it's hit after hit after hit
Yeah.
after hit after hit, and it's
When they came back, it was like a friggin'.
it was a hit
was
machine
when they came back with the
It's
Green
like they're on a
album.
mission.
They came back and they
with
were.
a fierce.
It basically went from 1996 to what? Go back to what was the
What's
Green album?
Pinkerton? What was Pinkerton?
Pinkerton was
in the Green?
96. So the first album came out, what, 92?
92.
94.
94.
94 to 96 was Pinkerton, so they took a break. So 2001, they came out with the Green album.
Yeah, 5
2002 did Maladroit.
Yep.
Maladroit, whatever. And
Yep.
that 2005 went to Make Believe. 2008.
I
then
like
they,
Make Believe. That's a good one.
And then they just they did this weird thing where they're just releasing an album a year.
It's crazy. I think they were all songs that he wrote. I think a lot of those songs are songs that he wrote while he was in college and just with the downtime. He must have had a giant library of songs.
Shit.
Yeah.
And they're releasing a new one this year. Van Weezer.
Yeah, Van Weezer, yes.
Van
Which is
Weezer,
because what happened was the last couple albums they released, and Weezer is a kind of band that will be able to experiment. And after they made so many albums, and all those albums are fucking great. I think they're really, really good up to about Hurley. Everything will be all right. There's some really good songs on there, but the Weezer White album is where they started tinkering a little bit more with a little bit more
pop music
tunes.
Yeah. Weezer's like a band for young people.
Yeah.
It's not a band for old people. So they got to change. They can't just
and
stay
with
relevant.
with that relevance and stuff like that, they decided to release that covers album, which wound up bringing Toto back with the Africa tune because
Big
my
time.
God, man, that Africa, the Weezer's Africa became a massive hit.
You go into Wawa and you hear that.
And you can hear that, and you can hear the Weezer one.
You hear the Weezer one.
And then they released the Black album, which which is a great album, but it brought back a little bit of guitars. But the new album is supposed to be
it's mega guitar.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like mostly all guitar.
It's
stuff.
so much guitar that the drummer is playing guitar. Did you know that?
I think I heard that. Yeah.
At least that's what they say. So
Huh.
don't quote me. But yeah, so much guitar that the drummer, they had to hire a drummer. They got Chuck Biscuits. No, they didn't.
No, they
didn't. But that sounded good. They got Chuck Biscuits on drums.
I don't think Chuck Biscuits knows where he's
They
at.
they should get Eddie Van Halen to do a lead.
They might.
Dude, you know what?
That would be awesome,
They
right?
might.
You know what? Weezer deserves the fucking wings more than fucking Van Halen, bro. Because, dude, every fucking album is awesome. I mean, every album
Weezer is just
a
not
hit
known
factory.
to make a bad. They're not known to make a really. They're not. I have never heard a bad album.
Like you said before, it's like they took the Ramones and made it for the masses.
They did.
Yeah, made it for the masses, like Green Day.
But they succeeded on their own terms. They didn't really need. They don't need a lot of radio airplay or anything. It's just, but the radio will pick them up.
Well, no, the radio picks them up like crazy.
Regardless, but some of their stuff is not as Toto. I think the Africa song was the first time they really had a massive hit in a long time.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
No, man, that Ratitude had a lot of hit songs. Hold on. Then they were in the Muppet movie. No, man, they got a lot of hit songs. They're very known. And like I said, they cater to the younger crowd, which I love when bands cater to young people. Because young people are the ones that buy albums and they want to hear new stuff. Old people don't want to hear new stuff. I mean...
I do.
You do and I do, but the average old person wants to keep listening to fucking Led Zeppelin 2 and John Fogerty in center field. You know what I mean? It's true. I want to listen to new stuff. I do, but I'm not the average person, and neither
am I.
You're not, man. The average person wants to fucking listen.
I've just been a big Weezer fan since I was, since a teenager.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I've never stopped liking them. So, which is rare because there's not many bands that I've never stopped liking.
So let me interject here. Let me get a word in. Jesus,
sorry,
long-winded.
Yeah, we like Weezer. It's a good thing you're in between us.
I lean towards heavier shit.
Sure.
The Weezer stuff is very light. You know, it's very light
is.
and higher up kind of vocals. You know, higher in the register and stuff. And God, you suck.
Bad. Sorry.
Nah, you can't be any worse
He's
than me,
like,
though.
"Eh."
It's just
He didn't
like
even try.
You just dropped it off the corner of the table. You suck.
hey, you know.
Anyways,
Sorry.
not so much my thing, but you know what? Like every time I do hear a Weezer song, I'm like, fuck, that's a good song. Like
Yeah.
the songwriting part of it is fucking good, and the production is amazing.
Oh my god.
Like it's always really, really fucking good.
They're
Like,
definitely a band you can take any song and listen to it at just one song, and from any album.
They're
you can take
catchy
it,
as
and you can
fuck.
just be like, "Damn, that's a good song." But you know what the good thing about them is? Unlike most bands, you can actually listen to the whole album.
You
Like,
can.
from front to back,
Right.
and you never get tired of the album. You're kind of like, "Oh, that's the whole album's like good." Everything flows together just the right way.
No, it's beautiful. There's no
It-
complaints.
they have a great chemistry. It just like the thing's like a perfect formula, and
No, they're good.
but you know, if you never really like he does, like he doesn't really listen to them as often. But when you hear a tune, you're kind of like, man, that's a fucking good song.
yeah. It's not like I would like if I got in the car and had the radio on and it came on, I wouldn't. Shut it off.
You wouldn't change the station.
Yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, it's catchy.
No, you're absolutely right, and I think the albums are they're like, I mean, it's gonna sound crazy,
It's
but
a lot of albums.
I think they're like records. They're purpose. The songs are purposely placed in a good
appropriate
order.
order.
Yeah. Not like when you buy a CD now, it's like they put the fucking killer songs in the beginning, and the rest is just
Yeah, I don't really have filler.
right. There's no filler. That's what I mean. Like,
Even the albums that they did just to get off the record labels,
yeah, we're
were
still
good.
Yeah, yeah.
It wasn't like a Neil Young,
Yeah.
it wasn't like a Neil Young thing.
Well, I
where,
mean,
like,
that-
you know, because
I
the
know-
story of Neil Young when he tried to get off the labels, he just made the weirdest, most fucked up,
and it
fucking
came out
things.
good.
No, it came out like shit.
No, it was bad.
Yeah,
I don't know.
They were
I'm not
like
a-
terrible albums, but he just wanted off the label. He's like, I'm just gonna make an album about me going, just like, and just shit like that. So he made these like 2 albums that were just fucking terrible. But they made an album to get off the record label.
2 albums.
2 albums to get off the
albums to get
record
off
label, and then
Yeah.
they fucking like, boom, and they
Yeah.
were fucking good. They
Yeah,
were
I
good
don't know.
fucking tunes.
I mean, my favorite album is Pinkerton, and that was one of the albums that they did to get out of their contract. There's like they signed a 2-record contract, and they're
Yeah.
like, "Fuck it,"
which is unheard of back in the day because they
Yeah.
usually signed about 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they did it, and I don't know, man. I love that album. It's dark, slow, it's quick.
It is the weirdest
It
album
is.
in their catalog.
So
It's a
good.
dark album. The production's a little off and weird.
It's
It's almost like a live album.
It's not polished,
It's not very
but I
polished
like
at all.
it, man. It's very
Yeah.
punk rock. It's very garagey. I like it.
Yeah,
I love it.
It
I
is.
love it.
It's
The
a very.
drumming.
Oh well, dude.
The
The
drumming
drummer
is-
is fucking
The
killer. in this
drumming
band.
is amazing.
But they, yeah. I mean, Make Believe wasn't. But see, you know, they get panned a lot by critics and stuff whenever they release an album.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of like critics are like, "Oh, it's not that good," blah 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 blah. But I remember Make Believe came out, and I remember picking up that album and seeing all the critics and like, "Oh, this is terrible." And I listened to it. I was like, "Man, this album's fucking awesome."
Yeah,
they
it's
had
great.
Beverly Hills.
Yeah, Beverly
fucking,
Hills. Yeah.
Oh,
we were
yeah.
all on drugs. We are
Yeah.
all on
I mean,
drugs.
Like when I first heard those songs, they were a little cheesy, and I'm like, you know what? They're not cheesy.
It's just
he's
typical Weezer.
Typical Weezer. He's
Yeah.
just telling you. Yeah, he doesn't
Yeah.
beat around the bush. He just says it.
We're all on drugs.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just every album they were then they just like I said they started spitting albums out like crazy after the Red album. They they have the color albums and
Yeah.
the
I
color albums are just always good.
so I love the way they release albums. Like I
So
like
they
the
have-
color thing.
They have the green album,
Yeah.
the red album, the
white
white
album,
album,
the
the
black
teal
album,
album, and
teal-
the black
And
album.
the black album, and then
And the
they
blue.
have to have a purple album. They got to have the yellow album still.
Yeah, there's
And I don't
more
think they have
Weezer.
any signs of slowing down. Honestly,
No,
think
no, I love
they're just
Weezer.
gonna keep on going.
And I saw him live a long time. I've only seen him once, and man, they were
I saw them twice.
better than I ever expected. It was a little faster tempo, and it was just good.
yeah,
He sounds good.
I saw them open up. I'm not open up. I saw them play with at
Pixies, you said.
no. Well, yeah,
No?
I saw them with Pixies just recently, and that's what I took my son to my girl and her daughter, and but I took I went for it was my birthday present by an ex to go see them for the first time, and it was on the what you call it? What album was
Is
it?
it Coral Sky over here, right?
Everything Will Be All Right. It was at the Hard Rock.
Oh, at the Hard Rock.
And that actually, it's when I started working at the shop, and
Mhm.
it was Pooch was there too. He sat right across from me,
Oh,
and it was like, holy shit, you know.
yeah, I remember that. I
Yeah.
remember when you guys went to that.
Yeah, it was pretty rad, and that was the first time seeing Weezer, and I was like, oh my god, this is so awesome. But see, I know every single song, so it's like,
Are they as good live?
oh, they're fucking
better.
great.
They're better.
Great live.
I think they're better live because
Wow.
it's a little faster tempo.
They're a little faster tempo,
Yeah.
and they're heavy. They're
Yeah.
heavy as
Heavier.
shit live.
Really?
It's
Yeah.
like this is why they remind me of the Ramones. So you listen to the Ramones, but then you go see them live, and it's faster tempo, heavier.
Okay. Well,
not ridiculous.
not Ramones.
No,
fast.
no. I'm saying
Ramones,
just faster.
Ramones was like
No.
When you heard the songs on the album,
It's like
you're
a fucking
that's
finish
cool.
line.
Hey, little girl, and it's like, hey, little girl, wanna be more fun? Hey, little girl, wanna be more fun? Oh.
No, I don't mean it like it.
Dude, it's fucking like
I don't mean it like it was.
Ramones fast was fucking ridiculous.
I don't mean that it was physically fast. I meant that it was faster than the album, and I loved it because it was good. It was more rock. It was heavier rock and more rock and roll. You know.
Ramones was so fast live
So
that he
fast.
developed a fucking like swallowing effect whenever he did it. He would. It was like we'll talk about it when we do Ramones.
Oh my
but
God,
that
yeah.
shit was amazing. It's like
Dude, they had an album about how fast they were. Too tough.
oh
too
my,
tough to
too
die.
tough
Too tough to die. Yeah, they're fucking the fastest band ever. That's it.
Oh
anyway,
man, even that album, dude, the Death of False Metal, which I was kind of like listening to. I was like, oh man, I kind of hope
Is
they
turning
fucking
up
do
the
it.
radio like a play on the autograph song?
Maybe.
Huh.
I don't. Blowing My Stack, which is great. Lose My Mind. I'm a
Unbreak My Heart, that's a
I'm
song,
robot. Unbreak My Heart was the
Unbreak My
Yeah.
Tony
Unbreak
Braxton
My-
song. Yeah.
Huh.
Trampoline. I mean, it's a good album, and I think that was Hurley was the one who was on Epitaph.
Yeah, and you know what? I thought it was cool that they released something on an independent label. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Super awesome.
They were. I didn't know that. I forgot that it was on Epitaph.
I know. I had to remind you.
Yeah, you reminded me,
fought
and I
me.
was
Remember
like,
that?
wow.
Yeah.
He was pissed. He's like, "No, you're fucking
you're
wrong.
wrong.
There's
You're
no way
wrong."
Weezer was ever on an independent
no way you
label."
know more than
I
me.
didn't
Oh my
say it
God.
like that. I was just like, I don't remember them ever being on Epitaph.
They were on
but-
Epitaph, and they toured for Epitaph.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think they did.
They did.
But then they came out with Everything Will Be All Right, which has Cleopatra, which is a great song on that album. That was the tour I saw them on, and I just saw them recently on. Well, it was supposed to be the Pacific Daydream tour, but it was really right before the Teal album came out, which was the ones with Pixies, and yeah, that was a great show. He rode around on a little tricycle.
Yeah.
it was
Really?
good. He went through the crowd with it in a tricycle.
So
It was
I
pretty cool.
I saw him with my wife in 01 or 2000, right when they just got right back together again, the
Mhm.
Green album. And man, I was just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and I remember I would go on their website, and then their website went down. This is in 98, 99. Their website went down, like it didn't work, and then I kept going on. It was like it kept going on, and finally it was like Weezer back together.
Like,
Well,
ooh.
you know,
I was so excited.
you
And
know what the thing
man, the
about-
minute they came to fucking town, I bought tickets, and they played at the
Oh,
Coral
yeah.
Sky.
So when you see Weezer live, they understand their crowd, so they will play all their hits, like all the stuff that's off the Blue
shit,
album.
all the shit you paid to hear.
Yeah, all the stuff
Yeah.
they don't sit there and go, oh, I'm so tired of playing that song.
No, and
like some fucking rock
I remember they
stars.
played a lot of Pinkerton's album songs when I saw them. and
Well,
I
they
was
probably
so happy.
would have played it at
Well,
that time
because they only had 3 albums.
But
at the
you
time.
know, there's times where I'm like, oh man, I wish they played this song off of
Sure.
this album, and you don't hear it, and you're like, fuck, you know.
they got so many songs, man. It's
now
tough.
they have so many.
You know, it's tough.
I remember I was just like the last 2 times I've seen them, like, oh, they just really play a lot of the hits, and it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
That's what
but
people
it's
want to
just
hear.
Fine. That's what
Yeah.
people want to hear.
That's how you have a lot of people.
But you know what?
happy at your
You'll
concert.
have time. You'll have time. You'll have a good time watching them
No, I love them.
if you like Weezer.
Little faster tempo live, unbelievable.
And
Live.
remember, we're in the mouth of music, so we do a range of certain albums and stuff like that. So
You know, I always wish that they would have had like a permanent bass player. You know, I mean,
they
they
had
do.
they
They do.
got a permanent bass.
I know
player.
they do now, but that whole era with
They only did the 2 albums with Matt, and then after that he left, and then
they got that other guy, and then he left.
No, he didn't.
Yeah,
he
did.
stayed.
He went crazy, and they fired him. Yeah, they had 3 bass players. Yeah, you're incorrect.
I'm not
Look it
sure
up.
about that. I maybe have
Yeah.
to look that up, but I mean, I thought it was the same guy they've had. For a
No,
long time.
they changed him.
I think it was the guy I
one
think
guy
they
went
kicked. I
nuts.
think they kicked it. Well, I'm going to take a look at their. I'm going to look at their pictures. Let me see. Maybe
You may have to edit some of this.
They may have to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. They had the guy on the Green album, and
There you
then
go.
they let him go.
The guy in the Green album only lasted 1 album.
Yeah, he only
He went
lasted on the
nuts.
1 album, and after that they got rid of him. Okay,
Yeah,
I got you.
So yeah,
Okay.
He kind of looked like he was fucking his mom or something.
he
like
was
that.
a little weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
that,
if you look at the picture.
I mean,
Really?
as when I look at Weezer as a band, that's their only flaw, is that it's not the original lineup. But I mean, I guess that's not that's not a big flaw, Dean. I mean,
3 out of.
but dude, I gotta find a flaw. That's the only flaw I can find.
What are you? What are you,
flaw?
a fucking manager at a fucking
What
Wawa?
flaw-
I gotta find a flaw someplace so I
Hey,
can yell at you.
So what flaw do you see in Weezer? There's got to be a flaw. If not, you're going to give them a perfect rating.
I don't think there is a. I don't think there is a flaw. They're a band that fucking
I mean-
creates awesome music.
I mean, that's not a big flaw. That's the only little.
That doesn't
Scratch
bother me.
mark. It doesn't bother me
It doesn't
either.
bother me because even the Green album, when they came out, the Green album was still a great album.
It was amazing.
Yeah,
Kidding me? Comeback
So-
album?
yeah.
Greatest comeback album ever.
I like
I
eggs.
wouldn't say that's the greatest comeback album ever.
For them, it was.
I mean, I guess
It's
Yeah,
their
put
own
them back on.
comeback album.
Yeah, put them back on the map.
they did put it back on.
Yeah,
It was their best comeback album.
It is. It's fucking.
We have to figure out what is the best comeback album.
No. I'm not saying it's the best comeback album, but man, that's pretty fucking good because they got a long career from that Green album.
Yeah,
them right back on the charts,
Well, they
man.
went right. Well, I think they would have had a long career regardless of
course.
if the Green album wasn't good or not.
No,
Kind of like Rack can tour forever
No.
on Round and Round.
No.
And
Weezer.
Weezer can tour forever on the
No,
Blue album. They could play that album live for
No,
23
my point
years.
is
and
Weezer.
never will still pay
The
for it.
Weezer Green album had to be good so Weezer can be what Weezer is. And
Well, I
that's
just
why
think
they're
that I
good.
just think they're a fucking great
Yeah,
band. So
they're unbelievable. I'm amazed that you like them. Tell you the truth.
I love them.
I mean, I don't know how you can love Weezer so much and then like stuff like
See
Scissor Fight.
Side and
Yeah,
Scissor Fight
yeah.
and fucking
That's cool.
I'm giving
Incantation.
I'm giving them a chance. The scissor fightage. You know.
So are we ready to rate this bitch? or
I'm
what?
ready. Yeah, it's gonna be easy for me.
Yeah.
Well,
Let's have it.
no, I ain't going first.
Go
You
first.
Go first.
Who?
You go first.
Me?
Yeah, I mean,
Me?
everybody knows what I'm gonna rate them.
All right. I don't know, man. I'm really honestly only familiar with their hits, and they're fucking really good. You know what I mean? And everything I've heard from them sounds really fucking good. Like their production values are through
Unbelievable.
the roof.
Yeah. I mean,
For
do you
sure.
need if you're only familiar with the hits, that means that
And
they're
there's a
fucking
lot of
good.
Them.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
yeah.
them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and
I'm preparing for mine. Some fucking stretching.
it's the biggest numbers he said in a long time, most likely.
He's gonna be like, oh,
I'm
gonna
gonna
give
give
him a
Weezer a
C.
6.
6.
All
No,
right,
we're
yeah.
doing
How
letters.
many numbers
We're
are we
doing
doing letters?
we're doing letters, man.
We're
This is
doing
a band.
letters?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
band.
numbers
Numbers
is
are for
only
the
for the
for the
albums.
records.
Oh,
God,
that's right.
this is your show.
Suck
You got to
my
get with the
dick.
program,
I
bro.
don't care. I make
Hurry
my-
up.
I make
I'm
my
out of
own
stretches.
rules.
I'm out of stretches, man.
forgot his,
Stop
forgot his
Stretching,
rules.
you
That's
fuckface.
That's
All
why you
right,
should
I
have let
will
him go
give
first.
I will give them a B
Wow.
Wow.
Yes.
Holy shit, that's high.
because they
It's higher than Pixies got.
That's higher than what I'm
yeah,
going to give them.
Pixie sucks, so yeah.
All right, I give them an A minus, and it's only because I'm reserving. No, I give them an A, but I can't give them an A plus because I'm reserving A pluses for other stuff. So yeah, I give them an A. I give them an A. No, I take back the A minus. I give them an A. Every album is good.
Yeah.
I mean, every album has a fucking. When I mean hit song, I'm talking hits.
Right.
Like it's a hit song. Like it's on the radio.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it doesn't sound nice when you say it, like, but I mean, the whole point of making music is so other people hear it. And dude, those guys write songs that people want to hear.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. So
They do. They're very
they're a
good.
fucking hit machine.
Very good.
They're a hit machine.
Songs you can fuck your mom to.
They're unbelievable, those
suppose.
songs. Yeah. And I like every album. My favorite album, Pinkerton. My favorite album.
Yeah, we know.
What about you?
We heard about it
I-
5 times.
I want you to tell me what
Shut
your
the fuck
favorite
up
album
about
is.
Pinkerton.
Yeah.
My favorite album is Blue Album.
Ooh, the Blue.
Yeah, Blue Album's the best album.
You're very close to my album.
Yeah. My ratings an A. I love them.
Nice.
I think they're definitely in a band I never stop listening to. They were always great. They released great records. I never really heard a bad record by them. Even their worst song is still fucking a good song. It's like they just progressively just churn out great albums. They
changing.
they change.
And they change.
They
And
evolved. They did their experimental albums. Experimental albums weren't horrible neither. They were good albums. They just wasn't the
It
rock.
wasn't what
rock
you were-
flavor. It's not what I wanted. But
It's not
at the
what you
same
were
time, I was
expecting.
kind of like, okay, well, but it's not like a strange turn like Paradise Lost where they completely went industrial shit, and you're like, what the fuck is this?
No, it was
Garbage.
just, it's not what you were expecting, but it was still great.
It still sounded like
Yeah.
Weezer,
It's
just
still good.
with different. But I love them.
Yeah, the A is an
Cool.
insanely high
They're
rating.
great. They're a great
That is
band.
insanely high.
It is. It's
Yeah.
insanely high. I love it.
I mean,
love
look,
it.
it's people turn around. They'll sit there and tell you, "Hey, they go you're a pussy if you listen to Weezer." It's like,
fuck that.
man, fuck you. You know you like
no, you're
it
pussy if you
too.
listen to the Pixies.
It's probably the highest rating I'll ever give such a popular band.
It's a popular band.
It's
Yeah,
a very popular band. It's tough for me to give a popular band like that
yeah.
such a
I
high rating.
love Weezer.
Yeah.
I have every record. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
So yeah. So
Keep up the good
did you
work.
guys know that Pinkerton's Diego's favorite album?
What's your?
You guys-
Oh, yours is the Blue. That's right, Blue. Pinkerton, unbelievable.
Yeah. Pork and beans.
Pork and beans.
Pork and beans.
This and that.
Like and subscribe. If you don't
Oh,
like
okay.
us, then oh well.
Thank you, Ben.
If you don't
Thank you very
subscribe,
much.
then oh well. We don't make money on this, no matter what.
Money? What's that?
What is money?
It's what we spend on beer.
I think the
Yeah.
beer costs more than the show.
Yeah, we need
Yeah.
some
Probably.
sponsors.
Yeah, we need beer sponsors.
Hey,
Yeah.
Shock Top,
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, Copper Point.
Slayer.
I would like to say I'm
Enforcer.
happily endorsing Copper Point Brewing Company. Right there. Okay. All right, we're out.
Later.
Ow!
Shut on now.